Shut up and sit down.
Hi folks, this is Johan from waymasters.net. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this short tutorial will help you in utilizing our software to the full extent. Hi folks, this is the short version of how to get your Waystation software going. If you're not sure how all the parts fit together, please go and look at my previous video called The Parts of Waymasters. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to cover everything in detail here, but just give you a brief overview of what we see here. So the first part is, we'll click on that last, but that's where you start running your competition. If we want to see whether we've got internet connection or not, remember this is not required, but just in case you want to see, to make sure that you can do live updates, all you need to do is click on here and you should see something successfully connected to Waymasters come up here. If you have a printer connected, you can test the printer here. The weigh-in date is very, very important. It should always default to today's date. But if you want to capture any historical data, then you go and you change this date by just clicking on there. That is the date that will be used for capturing the weights against. If you have an electronic scale connected and linked to Waymaster software, then you'll actually see the weight on the scale changing here. Test mode, this is a new feature. If you set the system into test mode, which is what I'm going to do right now, the results will not be published on the internet. It will allow you to test things and play around with the software without having any results published. So I've just set that up. This just show you some information regarding the settings. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this now, and when I click on this, it will actually open up your browser with a web page. Now please note, this web page is a local web page. You're not on the internet. We're actually running web server software on your PC that's included in your Waymaster software, your Waystation software. So now we're connected to the software. You're running local. Nothing is on the internet. It may look like on the internet, but to verify, 127.0.0 is your local address, and that is the port we're currently running on. You can change this, but that's the default port of 1080. Okay, so if you want to connect any other computer to this PC, you're going to have to enter the PC's IP address, not 127.0.0, and then you're going to have to put at the back of that, you're going to put 1080. Right, so now our software is running. What we'll do is we'll actually create a competition from our tournament. So if you watch the previous videos that I did on Saba, you'll know that I created a Saba tournament. We have subsequently had some entries into our Saba tournament, and I can actually now create a competition the same way I would do if it was actually the day or two before we're running the first competition. So I click on create a competition from my tournaments. It will then immediately ask me to log in, and I will log in with my Waymaster website login, and I'm sure you can't see my password there. What it will do then is it will actually present me with my tournaments that I have currently on Waymasters. Now remember, you must have internet connection to do this part, and this is the only time that you have to have internet connection, is when you want to create a competition or when you want to update a competition. Right, so these are competitions that I currently have linked to my Waymasters account. Remember, I can only see my own competitions, or own tournaments. I cannot see anybody else's tournament. I'm going to click on the Saba Western Cape Regionals, and I'm going to say create competition. What this now will do is it will actually go and fetch all the information that it currently has for this tournament and actually create a competition on my PC. It will include all the team results. Sorry, not the team results. It will include the teams as they have entered. Everything is there, and there's your competition. You can see it looks very familiar to the tournament page that you've worked with before, with the only difference is you can really only just change the venue here, and I'm just going to say our first competition is going to be at Plain William Dam. Okay, the rest is pretty much just fixed. You cannot change anything. For those who have used the software before, please note you cannot change teams here. You cannot go and add members or new anglers to teams. This has just created too many problems for us. The only thing that you can do now is to on the team page is to actually enter their tag numbers. Now this is your boat tag numbers. It's not compulsory, but this is where you enter your tag numbers. You can also now see that it shows the team names here, and we can go back to competition screen just to give you an idea. So we've got this competition here. I can go and edit. We can go back into that page. Another new feature, folks, now that you'll see for those who have used the software before, is the syncing option. If anything changes on Waymasters on the tournament itself, you change the rules, more people enter, all you need to do is to click sync and it will bring the latest data down. This sync function can be done at any time. You can do this even while you're busy with a weigh-in. It will not mess up any of your results. It will actually just combine and synchronize the latest information from Waymasters.net to your local competition. You only need to do this whenever something changes, as I said, on Waymasters itself. Your typical things would be change of rules, change of points, and new anglers that have entered. So let's just say it's 2 days before the comp or the night before the comp. You realize that there's some more anglers that has entered the tournament. You can just go and sync again. But please understand, to synchronize, you must have internet access. The moment you have synchronized everything, you do not need to have internet access to run a competition. The only reason you need to have internet access is to actually publish live results. That's all in essence you really need to do. The next thing that you will now do is to select, and when you select, you means you make this competition active. You could have any number of competitions loaded onto your computer beforehand. So let's just say you have 2 competitions for the weekend. You download day 1, you create a competition for day 1. So I could make this, as a matter of fact, it would be the right way. I would say Klein Willem day 1, and I can then go and just give you guys another idea. I can go back to competitions and I'm going to say create another competition from Sabo Originals, and you'll see there it's now saying Klein Willem day 1, and I'm going to say create, and all I'm going to do now is once it's downloaded the information, I will just go and set up and say call this Klein Willem day 2, and now I have my 2 separate competitions. We're currently working on 1 day 1 competition. So now we've got 2 competitions. If I go to my competitions, you'll see it actually list here Klein Willem day 1, Klein Willem day 2. So whichever one I'm going to be busy weighing in, that I just say select, and then it will make this my active competition. Before we go through this, I just want to quickly cover this. Teams, this is where we enter the tag numbers. We can no longer add or remove anglers from here. Update online. You don't need to click on this if you have online, if you connected online to Waymasters. You only click on this if you want to force an update. Let's just say you were at a place where there were no internet connection for the day. You've captured all your information. You get back to your home or you get back to your hotel, and now you just want to quickly force an update so that all the friends and fans and family can actually see the results. Then you will click on update online. Now obviously this will not work if you're running in test mode. Test mode will not delete or destroy anything, but it will just not update online. Complete, this is very, very important. We have found that often anglers forget to complete their competitions. The only way that we know that a competition is completed and that the results, the Grand Prix results, should be used to determine your tournament standings is if you complete your competition. So when you have done everything, you've checked everything, and you're happy that everything is solid, then please go and click on complete your competition. Very, very important. Okay, once you've clicked complete on your competition, it will disappear from this list here. Delete, if you've played around, you've tested, all you need to do is to delete the competition. Even if there were live results, if you click delete, it will actually go and delete the live results on the internet as well. So again, if you want to play around, please do. Just remember to delete. That's really, really important. And if you've got an actual competition going and you've done everything, you've checked everything, please remember to complete your competition. You must just do this within 72 hours from the last time you've actually weighed it. Otherwise, it will be automatically deleted from the internet But even if it's deleted from the internet, you can always come back. Your competition will still be here, and then you can complete it. So really nothing complicated here. That's what really all these things mean. So what you now need to do is to actually start your weighing, is to just select your competition, the one that you want to be working with. So if you want to work with day 1, you select day 1. If you want to select day 2 or work with day 2, you select day 2. So I'm clicking on select now, and it will immediately present me with my weigh-in screen. Again, for those who have used it before, you'll see we've brought in some additional stuff, hopefully to help you as the weighmaster. Now as you guys approach the scale, you'll say, listen, shout who you are, and we can say, okay, well, this is Hannes Oberholzer, and immediately you can see it will show us what is Hannes's weight so far today, his competition total, and so forth and so forth. So if we do something like we add 6 fish and we move away there, you'll see because we've set a bag limit, it will immediately flag that we've gone over the bag limit. Now this will happens as well if you weigh 2 fish now and you weigh 3 fish later, and then you try weigh another 3 fish. It will say over bag limit. Is not going to stop you to weigh the fish. Please understand, we do not want to control what happens at a weigh station. If you decide you want to weigh a fish because there may be a problem later on, you can always discard it at a later stage. We're going to allow you to weigh that fish, but it will tell you that you've now exceeding your bag limit. So I'm going to change this back to 5, and then we're going to say dead fish, number of dead fish or number of short fish. Very, very important. How we think about things here is, number 1 is the software will automatically accumulate all the fish. So if you have a big fish, you weigh it separate. So we're going to say 1 big fish, it's not dead, it's not short obviously, and it weighed 3.2 kilograms, and I'm going to hit enter, and it will now add that to Hannes Oberholzer's score. So now I'm going to go back to Hannes, and I'm going to say, okay, the rest of his bag were 4 fish, and now you can immediately see there that he's got 1 fish there. It's a big fish. Just for interest sake, if I change this to 5, again, it's going to immediately tell me the bag limit there. There's a problem there. Okay, so we need to go back and make this 4, and what I'll do is now say that 1 of his fish were dead. So that's how we do it, is we present 5 fish to the weighmaster, of which 1 is dead. Not 4 fish plus 1. It's 5, and the dead and the short are inclusive in the bag that was presented to the weighmaster. And now we can go and say that the weight of the other 4 fish were 6.5 to 1 kilos. Okay, so now we've given the information, the angler the full bag. We've weighed the full bag. Sorry about that. Let's just say we've made a mistake and we've realized there's a mistake. What we can do is, if we click discard here, it will immediately discard this last result. So let's just say, for instance, that was 6.521. It was actually supposed to be 6.51. So we can discard this weight immediately, and then we can go and we can say Hannes Oberholzer again, and we can now say 4 fish, 1 dead, and it was 6.51. Okay, so now it's fixed. What this has done, it's actually created 2 transactions for us, 1 correct and 1 that we've discarded. That one that's been discarded will still be on the system. You cannot change anything. It will be there, so there's a full audit trail of what's happening, but it will not be used in the total bag. Now what has happened at the same time is, immediately we've actually selected this column, a whole bunch of extra stuff has appeared here on the screen. Now all this extra stuff is just really display information. So to give you an idea, if we want to look at a dashboard, I can click on that, hold my mouse in and drag it to the next screen here, and you can see this is the dashboard, and it will show us there's Hannes' results, and we can also then go and, for instance, look at the discards, and what you'll see here is there are the weights. There's the 1 fish that we've weighed for him, then that's the one that we weighed. There were the 2 4 where we fixed it. The one is yes, the one is no, so that one is definitely not added. You can see the points are correct, but again, there is no mistake here, in the sense that that anybody has changed something that they can come and point fingers. Very, very transparent. If there's a live internet connection, then this is also covered. Right, folks, that is about it. I have covered everything. This is a bit longer than normal, but this is sort of pretty much the basic stuff. You can play around and look at all these screens. They just show various amounts of different, or various bits of different information, but that is how you run your competition. Good luck, and give me a shout if you need any help. This is Johan from Waymasters.net. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to get updates of new videos, and I'll catch you in the next video.